guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ruthie and today I'm going to be discussing one of my most anticipated comebacks of the year. While today has been a busy day in the K-pop world with Everglow's anticipated return and the brand new debut of a new co-ed group, Checkmate, today we're going to be talking about the hottest fourth generation boy group right now, the Boyz. They're back today with their fifth mini-album Chase with the title track The Stealer in their first comeback since their sweeping victory in Mnet's Road to Kingdom show. A little background of my history with the Boyz. This was longer than I intended it to be. I first became aware of them way back in 2017 when I was fresh off the boat in the world of K-pop. And I found their pre-debut teasers. And this was around late July 2017. This was the last batch of member teasers was coming out, and I'm now realizing exactly how old I am. But basically, after that, I was really interested in standing a group for their debut, so I made a note of all the members and their birthdays, which I actually found when I was going through my phone the other day, and it was really sweet. And it was dated July 21st, 2017, which is crazy. But anyway, so time went by. The Boyz made their debut on December 6th, and I'd mostly forgotten about them. I mean, I was aware they were debuting, but the title of their debut song, Boy, just really didn't grab me, and it kind of just went along with the wave of other releases at the time. However, I didn't forget about them. I was still following their social media and stuff. And their first comeback rolled around, and I remember seeing the Giddy Up teasers. And again, I really just wasn't vibing with them. I was mainly turned off by that whole, yeehaw, Giddy Up vibe that I was getting from the concept photos because they were literally on horses, for God's sake. And as someone from Texas, that entire stereotype and concept is just something that I don't care for at all. And so, yeah, I just kind of let them flow on by, but I'll be honest, I barely remember hearing that Right Here happened, so I don't have much to say on that. But then No Air happened, and it was new, it was different, and I loved it. It really drew my eyes back to the Boyz, and I just didn't get around to actually standing the group. Then Bloom Bloom happened again, a bop and a half. They got their first win. I remember being really happy when that happened, even though I wasn't really a fan of the group. DDD, I kind of felt meh about, it wasn't bad, it wasn't good, it was just kind of there. And I don't remember seeing a lot of promo for it either. And then Tattoo happened. Tattoo hit different. I think it's one of those songs where I just kind of put off listening to it for a while just because I didn't feel like it. And when I did, oh my god, it blew me away. Sunwoo's rap, I didn't expect that coming from the Boyz. I knew they had rappers, but his bridge rap in Tattoo goes off, and it had me feeling some type of way. But I considered getting into the group, but I didn't because I'm lazy. And then 2020 finally rolled around, and tons of these fourth generation cute concept groups like the Boyz were transitioning into mature concepts. Groups like Very Very and Golden Child were all coming out with these new mature concept releases, and I was kind of over here as a cute concept enthusiast being why is everybody doing mature concepts? They're growing up too fast. And then Reveal came out, and I was hooked on that song. Legitimately probably one of my most listened to releases of the first quarter of this year. The Boyz killed it. If you're gonna do a mature concept, do it well, and they absolutely took that to heart. So then I started sniffing around. I was hoping to find out more about these guys because they'd stolen my heart. But again, I didn't follow through because I'm lazy. But then one day, I was planning to get better acquainted with One Us, who also performed on Road to Kingdom with the Boyz, and I found their lit performance from Road to Kingdom, and I knew that I had to watch Road to Kingdom. Obviously, I was the budget here is ridiculous. I have to have a look at this. So while I was watching Road to Kingdom, obviously, the Boyz stole my breath away and my heart with their performances because they were absolutely insane, and I fell so hard, and now I'm officially a Dobby. And now they're arguably one of my alts, and this is my first comeback with them as an official Dobby, even though I've been following them at a distance from the very start. Now I get to run alongside them, and I'm having the time of my life. And that was a way longer than necessary intro, but let's get into it. This comeback, oh my god. I have not been this excited for a comeback in ages. I literally stayed up until 4 a.m. last night instead of going to bed and waking up again, which is what I usually do if I plan to wake up for a release. But I literally could not go to sleep because I couldn't get off Twitter because I was so excited. Y'all know I literally tweeted, I was like, I'm going to bed. And then like half an hour later, I was like, I'm not in bed. I think I'm just going to stay up. And like, I've just been so excited this release, and I've been having so much fun, like being a part of the fandom. I've been streaming, which I haven't done in like 2 years. I'll be honest with you guys. Drag me in the comments if you want, but I don't usually stream. I kind of like stopped streaming after a while when it came to releases. So yeah, but I'm streaming again, which is really weird, but I'm having a lot of fun doing it. And yeah, let me just say this concept is my favorite thing, which is one of the reasons I'm like adoring this comeback, because I remember seeing the Steelers Tricks video and I was like left absolutely wrecked. The hard stan in me was triggered, and it has not been triggered that hard since BTS's Love Yourself tier, and that is a fact. But yeah, let's get into the actual album itself. I'm just going to go in order. So I'm going to start with Shine Shine, which even from the highlight medley, I could tell was going to be the perfect intro song for this album. And it delivered 100%. I loved the build-up in the pre-chorus. The vocals were phenomenal, as they always are with the Boyz. Because again, when aren't they? And I will admit the chorus is not what I expected, but then again, neither was the entire song, but like in the best way possible, which is going to be a recurring theme with this. Basically, I didn't listen properly to the highlight reel, and I was very caught off guard with this album, but again, in the best way possible. So next up is the queen herself, the Stealer. I barely know where to begin with this, honestly, because it was just so much. This comeback is so much. But let's talk visuals first. So the MV in general was so fast-paced, I had to watch it a couple times to really get everything. Since the combination of like the acrobatic choreo, literally throwing the members around, and the flashing lights due to like the spotlights, the flashlights, the everything, it was just a lot visually. And member-wise, Juyeon and Q own this era. I mean, I expected it. They're like dancers and just always, Q's my bias, and Juyeon's just been creeping up on me lately. I expected this to happen. Like the moment I saw Juyeon in the Steelers Tricks video, like I knew he was going to be an absolute force this era. I was like, the charisma literally dripping off of him, and he absolutely brought that. He brought his A game this comeback, and I'm living with it. And then yeah, like, did you see his arms, though? Like, I saw this on Twitter, too. I was like, did you see Juyeon's arms? They came to play. They came to play. Then my baby Changmin Q, he barely got one line, which kind of sucks, but visually he served. Probably had some of them, arguably the most screen time in here, and a fair chunk of center time in the choreography, which made up for the fact that he only had one line. And he has lines in other songs, so, like, it's fine. But for all the effort they put into hiding his hair under hats in the photos, if you saw me on Twitter, there were quite a few tweets that were like, take the hat off. And they did, because in the video, I didn't see a hint of that hat. And it was great, because his hair was stunningly sexy. Like, I'm surprised how much I liked it, because I don't usually like undercuts as much. I'm more into just, like, the general floof hair. But he brought his A game as well. Like, and like the minute, like, you know, at the beginning of the video where like his part's right about to come up and he like literally climbs over the rest of the members as part of the choreography. Like, I died. I knew that I was dead. It was over for me. It was an actual physical representation of how I became my bias. T. Oh, next I want to talk about one man, ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Bay. I feel like they severely downplayed Jacob in the teasers. Like, the videos and everything. Like, he didn't stand out, and I was kind of bummed about that. But then he shone so bright in this MV that he literally became my bias wrecker. Like, I've been kind of on the fence about Jacob because he's been, like, silently attacking me. And then he just hit me like a freight train this era, because literally, like, so much in this MV, guys. Like, I was tweeting about it earlier. I've been tweeting about Jacob all day, I'll be honest. It's a thing now. But yeah, that center moment in the chorus after the first verse where he literally grabbed his crotch, I died and ascended into heaven. Like, boy, I thought he was an angel and he just came out here and like slayed the sexy concept. I'm dying. And like, oh my god, the rap section in the bridge, so unexpected. I was like, I think the first time I watched it, I didn't even register that it was Jacob. And then I was on Twitter and everyone was like, Jacob rapped in the bridge. And I was like, what? That's Jacob? So, like, somebody just call me a damn ambulance at this point because I'm dead. Something I was a little upset about was that we did not see enough of Haknyeon. Because in the, like, Steelers Tricks video, Hack looked really good. Like, he was oozing charisma, he suited the concept, and then they kind of did him dirty with screen time, or a lot of his scenes were dark, and I was kind of bummed about that. But anyway, now off to the song itself. I loved it. It felt new, it felt fresh. They started with the chorus, which I was not expecting. Like, it started with what we saw in the teaser, in the MV teaser, and I did not expect that to be what we got at the beginning, but it worked. And there was just so much rapping as well in the song. I was here for it, but also the vocal line and their harmonies completely made the song. And just everything together, vocally, rapping, everything. The song was great. And then the choreography, oh my god, I cannot wait to see more than like the one live stage we have right now, because sis, it's good. Even that little, like, wave move that they do at the beginning, it kind of reminds me of, like, card shuffling. Like, we saw that in the teaser as well, I think. It's so clean. It just looks so good. And also, like, can we just say that they really went ahead and said, we'll have a dance break after every chorus? There were so many, like, tiny dance breaks. And it was so extra, but I adored it. And then, like, there's also that, like, mid-post-bridge dance break, which is, like, I think the proper dance break, if you want to use the correct terminology. They literally swept the floor, and I died. Because if you ask me and what I love in choreography, the answer is 2 words, and they're floor choreo. So I ate that shit up like it was my last meal. My last thoughts are just that the ending kind of surprised me. Like I talked about the beginning, I didn't expect them to start with the chorus. The end was also surprising to me because it just kind of felt abrupt. Like, you know, they were like flipping around and Jiyeon's like walking through the center of the choreography. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then the video ended and I was like, wait, what? It's over? That's the end? But like, it wasn't necessarily a bad thing because I think that's part of the charm of the song. Is that in the Steeler, they start with the chorus, they end abruptly. It plays with song structure in such an interesting way, which is really cool and very unconventional, which is, again, a very cool thing and isn't always bad. Third up on the track list, after I took an eternity to talk about the Steeler, is Insanity, which was my most anticipated B-side from the album if you were following me on Twitter last night. So let me just start by saying the vocal line never disappoints. And I said this earlier too. I've been saying this entire video. The vocal line never disappoints. But this song was wonderful. Every single member shone with vocals. Especially, I'm going to say special shout out to Sunwoo. Because, like, I mean, he's a rapper, but he can also sing. Ladies, get you a man who can do both. And like I said earlier, I really probably did not get as much away from the highlight medley as I should have. Because I thought that we were going to get like an EDM chorus for Insanity, and we did not. It was extremely vocal heavy, which I was so shook, but also I loved it. And it was like, it wasn't at all what I was expecting, but I still adored it, and it's still my favorite B-side off the album, probably. It's also the official sexy song of the album, and no, I will not be taking criticism on that. Next is Whiplash. Well, all of us multi-stan clowns were expecting a sequel to NCT 127's Whiplash, which is a certified hoe anthem. But we got this adorable bop instead. And can I say I love it? Like, wow, it's actually so light and fun. And we needed that to, like, not combat, but, like, to mirror, is that the word? But, like, to complement, there we go, to complement the other, like, hard songs on the album. And also, like, this is an interesting observation that I made, but, like, this chorus of Whiplash sounded a lot like the chorus of Devil by Super Junior. So I was, like, vibing over here since Super Junior on my alts. And also, funny coincidence, speaking of Devil by Super Junior, Kenzie, who did a lot of lyrics and stuff for this album, actually produced Devil by Super Junior, as well as did lyrics for that. But Whiplash is not one of the songs that Kenzie worked on for this album, so I'm just a clown. So I'm gonna leave now. But lastly, since Checkmate is technically a re-release, I'm not gonna be talking about that. We have Make or Break, which was food for my retro-loving soul. In general, both Western music, like Dua Lipa's Future Nostalgia album, and in K-pop with things like Dynamite and Everglow's La Da Di Da. Like, we're getting a lot of 70s and 80s retro concepts and inspired sounds. So, like, for someone like me who adores 70s and 80s pop music, these songs are just like food for me. I'm eating it right up, and I've been so fed in 2020. But yeah, so Make or Break was one of those. It was very simple and sweet. High-key reminded me of second generation SM music, something that Shiny or Super Junior would have done as a B-side. Hot takes. But that's the album, and I don't want to drag this out any longer than I have to because it's comeback day and we should all be partying. But as of my scripting of this video, the Stealer has 1.6 million views on the official The Boyz channel and 1.1 million views on the One The K channel. This morning we also hit number 1 on Bugs, breaking BTS's Perfect All Kill with Dynamite. And I believe we also have every track on the album on the Melon Top 10. Chase is ranked number 4 on the iTunes Worldwide Album Chart, as well as currently number 1 in 10 countries iTunes album charts. There we go. And I'm sure that there are so many more great record-breaking achievements ahead of us this era. So keep working hard, Dobby. Let's get the boys their second win. They deserve it. Thank you guys for watching. As always, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. And if you want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing and hitting the bell for notifications when I post my next video. Thank you again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!